It's in moments like this where we tend to look inward. We think about our lives and wonder about our legacy. And in truth, I'm a person that muses over my legacy constantly. But, but what truly is a legacy? When I think back on my grandfather, I think of a kind man. I think of a strong yet quiet man. And I think of a man that tried to be in my corner no matter what, no matter how many times I pushed and resisted it. This summer I had to do some work on my sprinkler system. And every time I was out there, digging and kneeling and clawing through the dirt, I couldn't help but think of the times I would see my grandfather working on a sprinkler system in Morgan. Right? I remember the times when I would watch or I would try to help him. And in all honesty, I cannot look at purple primer without seeing his face. I just cannot. I cannot. It's an absolute truth. But I remember he would kneel in the dirt, tools in a bucket beside him, and tinker with whatever wasn't working until that water started to flow. Sometimes it took a few minutes, hours, maybe days. But I never saw him get frustrated. He just kept at it until the job was done. Back then, I just saw a man working on sprinklers. But I've come to realize it was so much more. Because isn't that what life truly is? Things break. We get stuck. And nothing ever flows the way it's supposed to. But despite that, you show up anyway. You keep working no matter how long it takes. You just roll up your sleeves and you do what it takes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I believe a legacy truly is. It is found in what we do when the world falls apart. It is forged in the shadows of uncertainty. It's in the hours no one sees, in the quiet reflections, in our lonesome failures, in countless times we fall until that success finally comes. It's about showing up again and again, even when it is hard. Legacy is about learning how to stand tall even when the world beats you down. It isn't in the things we have left behind, rather the ideals and the ideas we have inspired. For without these things, everything else will just quickly fade. Now, I wrote these next few words a few months ago as I was reflecting on my life, and words that I wish I could speak when I'm gone. But now I'd like to share these as we remember this man. Remember me not for how you see me today, but for the way in which I lived. Remember not my faults, but how I strove to overcome them. Look not to my errors, but to the ways in which I tried to mend them. Learn from how I found my way when I got lost, and for the light I left behind, so others could find their way. And with that, I would like to render my fallen brother in arms my final salute.